Can you see the screen now?
Yes, Prabhu. If you can put it in presentation mode, that will be even better.
That's what I'm looking at actually.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, it's there. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashta Prayesho Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishteki Hare Krishna. Mukam Kadati Vachalam Pangam Nagaturim Yat Kripatamam Mande Shri Guru Nilataranam Paramananda Madhavam. So the last we were at Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 10, where the Lord was leaving for Dwarka. And now here we are coming into Lord Krishna's entrance into Dwarka. So as I told you that the Lord was almost away from Dwarka for almost 2 years. He would come, work, get the things done and go back. He hardly visited his house. Now, it so happened that the Dwarkadvasis were also feeling, they were also in a similar kind of devotional service to Lord Krishna, though not as gopis, but still far superior to, way superior to many of the others. So slowly, unka bhi jo, the prana was getting slower and slower, that because Krishna has not come. So what the Lord did, as he approached the borders of Dwarka, he blew his conch shell, Panchajanya. That the Lord is come and is about to enter. So Dwarkavasis ne preparation kiya ki Bhagwan aa rahe hain. Let us welcome the Lord. So as soon as they heard the conch shell, they started the welcoming words, the seniors over there, who are the elderly people, because it was a fortune to see him. For them, their fortune was not in what they had, like paisa, bangla, riches, and so many things. But they were looking for the fortune of seeing him because they were unbearable. The separation was unbearable because somebody who sees Neelamani every day, who is the master of goddess of fortune. So why you are going to think about the goddess of fortune? And the Lord also equally reciprocates to them, depending upon if they are elderly, he touches their feet. If they are equals, he gale lagata hai. If they are younger to them, he blesses them. So much so that there is a particular verse, it says that even the prostitutes of Dwarka were blessed by the Lord through Kripa Kataksha. So this is something, sometimes people may say that, why would a devotee lifestyle have these things? So at some other point, we will discuss it out, that why it happens. So as soon as the Lord enters the Dwarka city, the few verses from 11 to 15 only describes how a city should be. It's not that we are anti to living in city. It's the kind of way how the things function in city that is more important, whether it is Rajogun, Satogun, or Tamogun. So Dwarka city, of course, belongs to Krishna. So it was, you see, there are big paved roads, and they would put the rose water and sandal paste, mixed water on the road so that it will have nice khushbu. So what are the festive signs? So we put toran in the house. There is kalash is there. The coconut is there on the kalash. Mango leaves are there. Kevda leaves are there. And there is rose water sprinkled around. So many a time people say that why this sajawat? Because we normally do the sajawat only on Deepavali days or something. But Traditionally, if you go to see a little bit 50 years back, every house would have a rangoli outside, regardless of what state you are. And there will be beautiful decorations. There will be Toran. Once in a week, Toran change hoga. Now it is only Dashera to Dashera, Diwali to Diwali. So we have become like, very miser nowadays. I'm not sure whether that is the right way, because we want the Lord to come and stay with us, visit us every day. So they say the festive signs. So this can be read in those. Then 16 to 23, again, the close relative, prostitute, different categories of people were reciprocated by the Lord. Krishna honored them in terms of rank, position, yatha vidhi, and entered the city. And then in 24 to 26, when the Lord was walking, his insatiable beauty, chest, face, arms, lotus feet, everything was looked upon by the. That is the reason the fortune of seeing is mentioned over here, and unbearable separation. Because when you have such a beautiful personality of Godhead amongst you, you just don't want to be separate. But then the analogies are given by Shukdev Goswami, so that in case if the Lord is not there, at least by looking at this natural phenomena, you can remember the Lord. So then when the Lord enters the house, mother, headed by Devaki Mata, welcomes him. And then the queens in the palace, they rejoice, they embraces ever fresh experience. Senses were unagitated by the queens because they were above because they were also Atmaram, completely unattached and unaffected by matter, though in the contact, so do the devotees. So devotees might stay in the material world and do the activities which looks very similar to the karmi people, but there is a difference over there. Srila Prabhupada, in one of his essays written as the Light of Bhagavatam, there is a book called Light of Bhagavatam, which he had presented a few natural phenomena. So he says, how is it that when the devotee and the karmi does the same work, they look different? They look same, but why the outcome is different? There Prabhupada talks about the coconut. If you see, the wet coconut has the flesh of the coconut stuck to the outer periphery. But if the same coconut, you keep it in the hot sun for a few days, the water will get evaporated and the coconut flesh will leave the hard shell. And when you shake the casing, good, 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 the sound will come. How many of you have seen that actually?
Yes,
Or
Prabhu.
about it?
Yes.
Yeah. So from outside, the coconut looks the same. But when you lift the coconut, one is light, one is heavy. The one which is heavy is attached to the outer cover. The one which is light is detached to the outer cover. So same way, the devotees also living in the material world are detached to everything. So the queens, of course, of Krishna is completely detached. So that's how it works here. Let's go and do some more detailed check on Krishna's festive beauty. So again, here also in the Dwarka, also the ladies were on top of the roof. Dwarka was, so it says, Nityam Nirikshamananam Yatapi Dwarka Kaukasam Na Vrittipayanti Hi Darshah Shreyo Dhamangam Achyutam. So when it says chest, it says Shreyo Nivaso Yashashraha, abode of Lakshmi. The chest is the abode of Lakshmi. We call the Vakshasthala. Face Pana Patram Mukham Darsham, drinking vessel for the eyes. Arms Bhavaho Lokapalanam, resting plate for demigods. Baho, so Baho mein kya hota hai? Shatru rehte hain. So when you do the Purusha Sukta, Brahmano Mukhamasi Bahu Rajanyasaha. So Bahu is Rajanya because Kshatriya is the arms. With the hands you fight. You take your weapons and you fight. So it is the resting plate for demigods. And Saranganam Padam Bhujam, refugee for the pure devotee. Saranganam मतलब भगवान के हाथ में सारंग नाम का धनुष है और उस धनुष से वो भक्तों को प्रोटेक्शन देते हैं. So same way, when he walks on the road, the analogies are, it is Sitapatra Vedar Upakshatraha Prasunna Varshir Abhivarshata Pati Pishangavasa Vanamalya Bahu Babuho Dhano Yatha Hrudopa Chapa Vaidyataha. So then it says that Sitapatra, white umbrella. It reminds you of the sun. Vejanair, feather fans. Udupa, moon. Prasuna Vasair, flower showers, stars. Pishanga Vasa, yellow garment, lightning, Vaidyuta. Vanamalya, foreign garland, forest flower garland. Kapa, rainbow. Lord's completion, Ghana, cloud. So this is how the beauty of the Lord. So when you see Surya, the white umbrella which is on the head of the Lord, तो उसको सूर्य को देख के आपको याद आना चाहिए. जब भी आप feather fans देखोगे तो चंद्रमा याद आना चाहिए. जब भी आप फ्लावर का शावर करते हैं भगवान के ऊपर तो स्टार्स याद आना चाहिए. Looking at the stars, you should feel you are showering the Lord with flowers. Looking at the lighting, Vaidyutya, Pitambar Vastra. Looking at the rainbow, the flower garland, because Krishna's flower garlands are Vanamali, Gadishangi, Shanki Chakrichanandaki, Sriman Narayana, Vishnu, Vasudevo Birakshitu. So it says Vanamali. Vanamali means it will have rainbow colors. And Lord's complexion is Ganashama. Mega Shamam. Yeah, Ganashama. So this is the beauty of the Lord. Next, we will see the birth of Maharaj Parikshit, the great devotee, because of whose mercy we got this wonderful grantha called Srimad Bhagavatam. So the chapter begins with Parikshit Maharaj's inquiry about Parikshit, saved in the womb by Krishna, desire to hear about him from Shukdev Goswami, and then it comes also to Yudhishthir's exemplary rule, perfect Krishna conscious leader, no attraction for worldly opulence, name and fame, reach higher planets, completely absorbed in Lord's service. And once the Brahmastra is shot on the womb of Krishna, of Uttara, so Uttara goes running to Krishna, Pahi Pahi Mahayoge, Deva Deva Jagatpate, Nanyam Tvada Bhayam Pashe, Yatra Mrityu Parasparam. So Parikshit sees the Supreme Lord in the womb. Immediately Sri Krishna counters it with his Sudarshan Chakra. He counteracted the heat of Brahmastra. So Parikshit Maharaj sees the Lord in the womb as a small thumb size. Features of the womb. Shankha Chakra Padma Gada हाथ में सब होता है. चतुर्भुज नारायण के रूप में भगवान के पास he goes. Parikshit sees the Lord in the womb and the heat also disappears. After the heat is gone, the Lord also disappears. So ceremonies during the birth, that is the beautiful aspect actually, the astrological aspect of why the astrology should be seen, what is the need for that. It shows over here that in which way the child's good qualities were determined by the astrological pundits. So then Yudhishthir, after listening to that, had the samskaras done, the purificatory processes like, cutting of the umbilical cord. After cutting the umbilical cord, there is a snanam is there. After the snanam, then there is a namakarna is there. And then there is Ayushya Homam is there. So all these purificatory processes were arranged by Yudhishthir Maharaj. And then he gave charity to the Brahmanas, were satisfied. So what the Brahmanas spoke about Parikshit, spotless child protected by laws to avoid the dynasty of Yudhishthir, will be famous as Vishnu Rata, because one who saw Vishnu, one who was protected by Vishnu in the womb. Vishnu Rata means Lord who protected this personality in the womb. So he will be the first class devotee. So prediction for the future qualities will take advantage of the death notice. Now this is something very interesting, because you don't get death notices. Of course, we might sometimes terminally fall sick. There are certain diseases when you have, that you are terminally ill, you will not recover back. But again, we do not know when the death will come. But here, Parikshit was said, okay, in 7 days you will die. That's it. So Parikshit's growth, next goes this, Parikshit means examiner for a constantly contemplation to serve the one who saved in the womb. So he wanted to meet the same personality whom he had seen in the womb of his mother. So Krishna returns to Dwarka with Arjuna and Yudhishthir performs Ashwamedha Yajna. So Parikshit's growth and everything is given there. So next we will see, we will tell a little bit more in Parikshit Maharaj's quality also. So the child will be famous as Vishnu Rata and would be first class devotee. Tasma namna Vishnu Rata iti loke bhavishyati na sandeho mahabhaga Mahabhagavato Mahan. So you see how many times Maha is used. Mahabhagavato Mahan. Matlab superiority. So what are his qualities? So in maintaining those who are born, Ikshwaku, Brahmanical principles, being Siddhantwadi and true to the promise, Lord Ramachandra, donor of charity, King Sibi of Usmara country, spreading the name and fame of the family like Bharat, amongst the greatest bowmen, Arjuna, irresistible fire, unsurpassable ocean. Ocean को हम cross नहीं कर सकते. Strong like a lion. Shelter like Himalayas, forbearing like earth, tolerant like parents, equanimity of mind like Brahma or Yudhishthir, munificent Lord Shiva, the restorer of everyone, Narayana, the shelter of goddess of fortune, resort of everyone means Pada Pallava. Following the footsteps as good as Lord Krishna, in magnanimity as Ranti Deva, in religion as Maharaj Ayati, in patience as Bali Maharaj, staunch devotee of Krishna as Prahlad Maharaj. So, if you see, these are the qualities of Parikshit Maharaj. Share another screen because, yeah. Then chapter number 13, we have Dasharatha quits the home. So Vidur comes back from the pilgrim because we remember that Vidur, if you see the third canto, it starts with Vidur leaving the Hastinapur after he is badly insulted by Duryodhana. So after finishing of hearing from Maitreya Muni, he returns back from the pilgrimage and the first thing he does is he comes to Hastinapur, meets all the family members. So the reception is there and Yudhishthir Maharaj is very, very happy. Is very, very happy to meet Vidur because Vidur has been their great supporter of what you say, Dharma, and he's protected them from many things, especially the Lakshagra and many other places also. Vidur very boldly tells what is wrong. So then in Yudhishthir Vidur conversation, they ask about Dwarka Vasis. Then Vidur relates everything except the news of Jadu annihilation. He deliberately does not say about Krishna's leaving the annihilation because he wants the pure devotee Arjuna to come and talk about it. Then Vidura goes to Dhritarashtra, his elder brother, who is blind. And the Lord, and there he says that you are staying at a place where Bhima killed all your sons, and it's like a dog because you are unable to give up the enjoyment of the royal family. But you are a Kripana, you couldn't be Narottama, become a Dhira, leave for the north. So he says, good for you is, without telling anybody, leave. And what is the symptoms of old age? Can anybody just describe symptoms of old age? Kya hai? Normally we feel ourselves always young. We don't feel we are old. But if the symptoms are, yeah.
Forgetfulness.
Yes.
And the body becomes weak.
Good. Any other points? Any others? Thank you, Sumati Mataji. Thank you. Any other points you feel? How's the digestion?
You will not able to digest.
True. Because
You will
the
not be
agni
hungry.
goes down. Yeah. What is the condition of the teeth?
Teeth becomes weak or fall down.
Weak and it falls down. Absolutely.
The eyesight becomes weak.
Eyes, yes, eyes lose their focus. You're right. Yeah. So there
You will
is
not be able to listen
kapha.
properly.
Yeah, there is kapha, all the caw. That happens because there is so much of balgam inside. And now with our lifestyle, this starts coming by the age of 45 itself. Dhritarashtra was close to 200 years of life when he was living there. So these symptoms, he says, has already come. Still you want to just enjoy whatever. So that ask is there, the desire to enjoy is there. So this is the symptoms of old age appeared in you. The first symptom is your hair will go gray. Of course, nowadays young boys also and girls, they have hair gray, but it will also start with graying of the hair. It means Yamraj is telling your time is going to be up. Do what is necessary now. So this is something Vidura is coming and instructing his elder brother Dhritarashtra. So Vidur actually takes the role of a guru over here. And Dhritarashtra, at last, common sense prevails and he says that, okay, I will listen to what you say. So for us also, that's the reason we should have a guru in our life who will come and instruct us the better things. Then Dhritarashtra, Gandhari and Vidura, they leave. Yudhishthira laments, says they all went away. Sanjay feels very bad. But then that is how it is done. When you are going to leave the body, even the nearest of the people should not know. And then Narad philosophically dispels Yudhishthira's delusion. He said, suppression is due to illusion and affection. Anxiety is due to ignorance. So, why affection is illusory? Because you are affected by the contact of the body. If we are too much attached, like for example, now some of us have been living here for almost 30 years, 35 years. And suddenly if they say that, okay, you're retiring and you have to go back to India or go back to whichever place. So then there are two things. Either you search for another job and stay where you are. Maybe that could be a little bit of a difficulty, but doesn't matter. Or you leave. But what we fail to understand, one thing is that what we fail to understand over here is that we have to leave the body at some point of time. So change of place should not be a very big issue because life keeps changing, body keeps changing, situations keep changing. So is the place at this. So suppression is illusory and anxiety is due to ignorance. Anxiety means, oh, Prabhu, here I was having so and so this, what can I do now? No. That is ignorance. So no one but the Lord is the protector. Jivo jiva se jivanam. So eventually the Lord is the protector over here. So understand the Lord's mission and patiently follow the plan. Wait till the finishes his duty. So he's talking about Lord Krishna. Then Dhritarashtra went to Himalayas, does the Ashtanga Yoga, gives up the body. Gandhari does Sati and Vidur goes for pilgrimage again. So this chapter deals with disappearance of Krishna. So Yudhishthira suspects Krishna's disappearance. How? Because inauspicious symptoms is observed. Sometimes, how many of you actually believe in this? Aankh padakna, haath padakna, thighs padakna, and a twitching of the body, howling of the dogs, howling of the braying of the donkeys. In this forum, I would just like to have your feedback. How many of you feel that this is really indicative?
Prabhu, Shastra does say so, that it is indicative.
True.
But the
True.
problem is, with us today, it happens so frequently, and bad incidents also happen so frequently. It is not simple to relate that this bad incident was indicated by so and so bad omen, because of which then now it has become a kind of just another activity which cannot be predicted or indicated.
So that is the beauty of Kali Yuga, that everything happens so fast and so frequently that you become used to it. It's like, there's a very poor joke. Once one person went to the astrologer, he said, when will I have good time? So he says, for the next 25 years, your time is really challenging. So he says, so he was happy. He says, at least after that, there is a big smile on his face. He says, you will become used to it. It means there is no change. So, Dukkhalaya Mashashvatam ka, this is the perfect. But yes, howling of the dog, braying of the this, and unwanted time rains, these are all inauspicious symptoms observed. Especially the twitching of the body also is there. But what we normally do is we just chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and request the Lord to get it done. So bad omen experience in the body, animal, Panchabhuta. But this is really interesting, huh? if we want to make a note of it, Prabhu, this 11 to 21 bad omens experience is a Shastric, what is a detail given in the body, animals, how it is indicative actually. So then that suspicion is supplemented when Arjun comes back and he says that everybody has left. So then, though the inquiry is there, but still Arjuna is telling that the Lord has gone. And on top of that, what happens? On top of that, what happens? Arjun was given a job of protecting some of Krishna's queens. But they were defeated and denied by, he was dejected that his Gandiv could not actually become useful in saving them. And why it happens that way? Because there is no Krishna. Because you see the word Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanurdhana. So first is Krishna, then is Partha. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanurdhana. But here there is no Yogeshwara Krishna. Only Partha Dhanurdhara is there. So he fails to actually take care of the queens. So once Krishna is gone, then Pandavas, they feel that how do they stay? So Arjun begins to speak. He says suppression, grief, tears, affection for Krishna, recollected the reciprocation. Because Arjun was so fortunate, he's being his Sakha. Throughout the life, both these personalities were together. And then he talks about Krishna's favor and protection, left me, loss of power, suppression of movement, his mercy, won Draupadi, conquered Indra, killed Natha Kavacha. So he's just telling that, jokes, pranks, Krishna's tolerance. So what is Krishna's mercy and tolerance? That was the question asked in one of the lectures to His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj. He said, first and foremost, there is no end to it. But still for our understanding, Krishna says, Apicheta Sudurachara. Sudurachara means super durachari. But bhajante mamananya bhag sadhureva samantavya. If even if you are so durachari that you have done all the wrong things in life, but the moment you start talking about Krishna, thinking about Krishna, chanting his names, it becomes okay. So that is Krishna's favor and protection, Krishna's tolerance. Curse, mutual adoration of Yadus. We know that Samba presented himself as a pregnant lady with an iron ball in the stomach. But the Rishi Muni was very angry and he cursed and he said that you all will be finished. So everything is the Lord's will. Yes, Yaduvanshi ko bhi chhod ke nahi ja sakte the, because they were very, very extremely powerful, extremely strong, and extremely difficult to control. It was Krishna who was controlling them. Otherwise, very difficult. So the Lord said, since the Kuruvanshi is finished, now the Yaduvanshi should also live there. So he planned it everything in such a way that they got drunk, they lost their vivek, and they fought with each other. So then, at that point of time, when Arjun was having so much of pain of Krishna going away, he remembered the Bhagavad Gita instructions. And there he says that this, and that relieved him of the miseries. So for us also, there is a lesson in this, that we have to take the shelter of Bhagavad Gita whenever we are in miseries. I would say that we had better take it a constant shelter because we are always in miserable condition. So purified, constant remembrance, thrash the heart and subsided. So what happens? What is the outcome of it? Your heart gets purified, the thrash in the heart is subsided, and constant remembrance. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana pari upasate. Then no more entanglement in birth and death. So Kunti Maharani took liberation and Krishna left the earth. Kali's entrance, Yudhishthir prepared to leave. Yudhishthir entrance, Pariksha, then Vajra. And Yudhishthir retires, so not depending on the brothers to travel to north. Other Pandavas followed and attended the Lord's abode. Vidura is back to Pitralok. Draupadi, Subhadra attains them, same results as their husbands. More interesting part over here is that how many of you have been to Badrinath? When we are telling that Yudhishthira retires, not depending on the brothers, travels to north. So travels to north over here is the Badrika Ashram. So Narnarayan Rishika Ashirvad leke they go ahead. So if you have visited Badrika Ashram, there is a place called Swargarohan. Have you all visited there?
Yes, Prabhu. We had been to Char Dham Yatra. We had.
So Char Dham, when we go there is Vyas Gufa, Ganesh Gufa, and then there is river Saraswati, and then there is a big mountain.
Correct.
Technically speaking, they say behind the mountain is Tibet. But actually, if you go to see from the Shastric perspective, those who are qualified, from there they go to Swargarohan. The first Swarga area is, any idea which is the first Swarga stop? Immediately after crossing the mountain. Take a call, anybody. Which Devta is sitting there? The next immediately.
No idea, Prabhu.
Kuberji.
Okay.
Kuber. So Kuber's house is the first Swargalok. From there, the heavenly abode starts. Because if you read Mahabharata, once from the same place of Kuber's lake, a golden purplish lotus with beautiful smell is fallen near the Saraswati river. So Draupadi tells that I want a few of them for my worship. So then Bhima, by the dint of his superiority, he crosses that is the fourth dimension basically here. The fourth dimension, that is the fourth dimension. So he crosses, goes there, takes a bunch of it, defeats Kuber and his people, and he comes back. So from there you come to know that. So we have to actually read a little bit of Mahabharata also to understand these things. So from there they started and went to the abode of the Lord. If time permits, we'll discuss on this later today. So Draupadi and Subhadra attained the same result as husbands because Draupadi and Subhadra were so much lovingly serving their husbands that eventually when the husband received the Lord's abode, they automatically got the 50% of the Ashirvad and they went back to Godhead.
Prabhu, one question. It's mentioned Vidur went back to Pitrulok, right? But Pitrulok and Yamalok are different, right? And Vidur
Absolutely.
being
Pitrulok and Yamlok are different, yeah.
So Vidur being Yamaraj, he would generally go to Yamalok, right? Why is it mentioned he went to Pitrulok?
Actually, we'll just find out that one. I will park this question aside now because I have to give two answers now. One is the Hamsa.
Yeah.
And last week a question, the Hamsa ka.
Yeah.
And this also I will take it because there is a reference that why he deliberately goes through the Pitrulok and then he goes to the Yamlok actually. So some unfinished business is there over there actually.
Achha, achha.
So Parikshit received the age of Kali. So Parikshit, the ideal ruler, punishes Kali, married the daughter of King Uttara and begot 4 sons headed by Janmejaya. Performed Ashwamedha Yagya and chastised Kali because Kali was trying to, he had already cut 3 legs of a bull and the 4th leg he was about to cut. So because the bull over there was Dharma and the cow was Mother Earth. So they performed the 3 horse sacrifice. Then Shaunak Rishi questions, why did Parikshit only punish Kali and not kill him? Describe only if related to Krishna, if this has got a relevance. And then it says, devotees licking the honey of Lord's lotus feet and escape the Yamraj. So those who are stuck on the lotus feet of the Lord, they escape Yamraj. So licking the honey means the Lord's lotus feet is very sweet. And that is the reason the devotees want to be on Vishnu Pad or Krishna Pad. And that if you have seen the picture of a banyan tree leaf with Lord Krishna sleeping on that and floating in the water, have you all seen that? You can just raise your hands also. So in that you can see that baby Krishna is holding a thumb in the suckling his own thumb. And the beautiful verse goes like Karara binde napadara bindam Mukharabindena viniveshayantram Vatasya patrasya pute shayanam Balam mukundam manasa smaram. So there the acharyas, they say that the devotee is licking the honey from the Lord's feet. So Krishna actually goes and licks his own feet to see whether it is really sweet. So that is the beauty of Krishna. Then Parikshit, as the conqueror against the effect of Kali, conquers all direction, travels and hears about Pandavas and overwhelmed with devotion. Then he is in the conversation, then Dharma and earth. So Dhara is earth and Dharma is the religion. So one is taking as a cow and one is as a bull. And Dhara is lamenting that Krishna has disappeared. So how do we understand that? So there the answer is that remembering various qualities of Krishna. Nobody can tolerate the separation from Krishna because Pandavas could not. So they went back home, back to Godhead. In Ramayana also you see that when Lord Ramachandra goes, the Ayodhya Vasis also want to go with him because they cannot solve the separation. Dwarka Vasis were taken back by Krishna. Kuruvanshi also, maximum people who were supporting the Kaurava Pandavas were back to Godhead. In fact, so much so that those who saw Krishna on the battlefield, they also attend moksha. So punishment and reward of Kali. So what did the king saw? He saw that a Shudra beating a cow and a bull. Then the king asked the bull, "Are you a demigod who lost 3 legs?" The king to cow, "No one ever shed tears due to royal negligence. Therefore, I must kill the wretched man." So actually, he is about to kill the Kali. Parikshit Maharaj discusses the cause of suffering of the cow, earth, bull, dharma. Dharma to Parikshit, difficult to ascertain who is the preparator. So one stage amongst the king's judges yourself by thinking that you are over with his own intelligence. So if you go to see this entire conversation talks about how the evil was spreading. In Pandharpur Mahatmya, it has got a beautiful reference actually. But unfortunately, I lost that page. I could not get that. That link itself is not available anymore.
Oh, okay.
So I should have actually converted it into a PDF format and kept it because there was a beautiful reference in that actually. But now that link is not available.
Maybe we'll buy that book from somewhere. We'll see.
Yeah, if the hard copy is available, we can see that. So there, the presentation of Kali is very beautiful. He appears in front of Brahmadev and tells that now my yuga is come and I will see that everybody is Kama, Krodh, Lobha, Moh, Matsarya, Ujala, Pratishta. So with the change in the yuga, the religion declines. So what is there? Balance is only honesty or truthfulness, which is also completely in shambles now in just 5,000 years. And we have another 427,000 years to go. So Parikshit asks Kali to leave the kingdom. Kali says that I am surrendered unto you. Give me some place to stay. So 4 places are given. What are the 4 places? Where there is gambling, where there is prostitution, where there is liquor, and where there is, what is the 4th one?
Intoxication.
Yeah, intoxication. And the 5th place is?
Gold.
Gold.
So we are living in the city of? Are we living in the city of gold? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And who is the largest importer of gold in the world? India.
Yeah.
So we are very well connected with Kali Maharaj. So Kali says very happily. So what we normally do is, at least this is my personal take. I would not say that it's a rule or something. Whenever I buy gold in my house, I buy something similar for the Lord. So the Lord has to be kept very beautiful. Of course, the Lord the Lord himself is so beautiful that he does not require a jewelry. In fact, when the jewelry goes on the body of the Lord, the beauty of the jewelry is enhanced. That's there in the 3rd canto. You will be reading at some point. So The best way to keep Kali Maharaj, out of their places, offer the gold to the Lord. Like even if we buy anything, any kind of jewelry, the first few days it is in the temple, it is given to the Lord wears it, if it's on the photo, or if it's the locket, or if it's a chain, or if it's a necklace or anything, ring. After a week, when it becomes Mahaprashadam, we remove and then we use it for ourselves. So at least, your gold is purified. But there is no Shastric reference to it, but there is a saying that whatever belongs, you buy, first offer, and then use it. So that is what we do it actually. But that fifth place is very, very critical. Too much of gold in the house will attract Kali, and Kali will then definitely create a havoc in the life, because Kali is Maya's achuk tool. We normally have Daivi Isha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratteya. There's a difficulty in handling that. Mame Vai Prapadyante. And Kali more so becomes the powerful tool in the hands of this. So let's see the next one now.
Prabhu, if you have time, would you be able to speak about the dialogue between Brahma and Kali, which was there in that Pandharpur Mahatmya, for the benefit of everybody?
Yeah, we will be able to speak a few bits on that actually.
Okay.
So Sutta summarizes Parikshit's birthday dealing with Kali in verse number 1 to 8. So they say that Takshak named snake bird will come and kill you. So that time Kali entered but could not flourish because of Parikshit rule. He saw a good quality of Kali. So what is the good quality of Kali? It is there in the 12th canto. It says, Kalir doshe nidhe rajanna asti ek mahan guna kirtana daiva krishna se mukta sangha paramraji. We were blackened by the sacrifice smoke. You made us drink the nectar of Krishna. So because in Kali you got the association of devotees, Harinam chanting, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama eva kevalam, Kalau nasteva, 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 gati ranyatha. So that is a good quality of Kali. So at the moment of association of saint, Swarga or liberation. So what is the best combination? Eager hearer, devotee speaker, Krishna Katha. Eager hearer means one who is wanting to hear the glories of Krishna. A speaker should be devotee, pure devotee of the Lord. And what should be the topic? Krishna Katha. And then it says, no satiation in Shravanam, continue to describe about Parikshit. Sutta expresses humility and glorifies Krishna. Improper reception and garlands with his neck. So Parikshit gets angry at Shamika Rishi. Why he gets angry at Shamika Rishi? Because he is tired, he's in the forest, he's thirsty. He comes to the Rishi Muni ashram and requests that can I have some water to drink. But Shamika Rishi is so much in deep trance that he does not hear that. So the king takes in the heat of movement a dead snake and puts it in the neck of Shamika Rishi. And Shamika Rishi goes, does not even bother to see because he is in the trance. But when Shringi comes to know his son that this is what happened, he goes and he curses the Parikshit Maharaj. And Shamika Rishi regrets for this. If you read Baldev, when you read Sarartha Darshini, Tika by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, there they say that this is where actually Kali entered the Brahmanas. The inexperienced Shringi was a little Brahmana. The father was very experienced. So the Kali went and attacked the Brahmana because he was angry. And once your anger means your focus is lost. And from there, once the Brahmana was destroyed, which is the head of the society, Brahmana Mukhamasi, Patan Patan Yajan Yajan Dan Pratikriya. So actually where the Brahmana are contaminated. And that is why Shamika Rishi said that you made a big mistake because you have cursed Ashuddha Vaishnava and a brigand devotee of the Lord. And it was not his fault because I did not do the Atiti Deva Bhava. So that inexperience of Shringi begins the Kali Yuga's actual attack on the society. So this is appearance of Shukdev Goswami, because if the devotees have come, then the Shuddha devotee should also come and give them the Krishna Katha. So Parikshit regrets, accepts the curse and renounces everything. Let calamity come. It is like, in nowadays we also talk about a lot of contingency plans. So if this happens, this calamity comes, I will do this calamity comes. But nobody can plan for the death, because we do not know how it will come, when it will come, where it will come. In Parikshit Maharaj's case, he was very, very fortunate. So he renounced everything. He made Janmejaya his Uttaradhikari. Then Parikshit took the curse as a good news, sat on the banks of Ganga, fixed the mind on Krishna, and he was fasting. So Parikshit submits himself to the assembled sages. All the Rishi Munis, they come. Demigods come. Kings come from different parts of the universe. Informed of the decision of first unto death and desire to hear Krishna Katha. So the sages, they say, fantastic. You have really given us the correct knowledge as to what should you aspire for when you're about to die. So Parikshit also says, what is the immediate duty? And so inspired by Krishna, he voluntarily came there. So Shukdev Goswami comes to the assembly. And Shukdev Goswami is the parrot of Srimati Radharani, who had heard Srimad Bhagavatam from the mouth of another Param Vaishnav, Lord Sri Shiva, Shankara. So Shukdev Goswami comes, his bodily features is exactly like Krishna. And feeling extremely grateful, Parikshit inquires from Shukdev Goswami, what should a man do at all times, and specifically at time of death? What should we hear, chant and remember, and what he should not? So Canto 2 starts with what should he not do, and what should he hear and chant. So this number 37 and 38, they go on to form the basis of second cantos, chapter number 1, 2, 3. And you will see that there is from here on, the Bhagavatam becomes actually critical about many incorrect things that people do in human life. And if taken as a, real knowledge, this will help us to overcome the two things, ignorance and anxiety. Ignorance is that not understanding the difference between body and soul, and anxiety means having no faith in Krishna and thinking that what will happen if I do not take this action. So in an hour's time, we were able to complete this 11 to 19. Yes, now we can be open for the discussion. Prabhu, give me a minute. I'll just have some water and come. Yep. Meanwhile, you all can decide on the questions, and I will speak on the conversation between Kali Maharaj and Brahmadev, which happens in Kailash in front of Shiva and Parvati.
Sure. Hare Krishna. As Radhapada Pankaj Prabhu has mentioned, please try to recollect what questions you would like to ask him, so that once he is back, we can put up our questions to him.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। एक ऐसी जिज्ञासा है छोटी कि जब कृष्ण आए थे धर्म स्थापना के लिए,
Mataji, just hold on for a moment. Prabhu has gone to drink water. Once he is back, you can ask the question to him.
Okay.
So the Pandharpur Mahatmya is nothing but basically it is a Sthala Purana. Every Sthala has a Purana, and this is called Sthala Purana, means the local people over a period of time have written it with some Rishi Munis over there. So it is not completely in line with your 18 Puranas, 18 Upapuranas, the two Itihasas and all that. But it definitely gives you a lot of important informations which you would not find it here. So Kali appears as a son of Brahma, because Brahma is the creator of all these personalities, and he's very happy that at last he's going to be a trouble creator in everybody's life. So he makes a list of things. He said, I will make people go mad after money. There will be no ethical values. There will be no morality. There will be no respect. The elders will be mistreated badly. So if you read the 12th canto, in the 12th canto, it says that there are some qualities of Kali. There is some prophecy given by Shukadeva Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj about how the Kali will look. So when Brahmadev listens to all those things, he says, Tathastu, you will be able to do all these problems in the life. But there are two things. Those who chant Harinam and those who have Tulsi Vrindavan in their house, that is the area you cannot enter. All your powers, all your bads will be nullified. So he says, this is not fair, my dear father, because I want complete Varchasva, absolute power. Then Brahmadev says there is nothing called absolute power, because that only lies with Krishna. And when you are attacking and making them to take all the wrong things in life, like getting attracted to the wrong things, the meat eating, flesh and everything and all that, we need to give also an opportunity for the soul to decide whether he will be able to, whether he wants to come back. So those who want to come back, they will choose the path. Those who don't want to come back, which will be most of the population, so you be happy with them. And also I'm sure that with Maya Devi, you're going to definitely test them. So eventually this is what the conversation goes. So at that time, Lord Krishna appears there in Kailash after Kali goes away. And Lord Krishna comes there and he says that I was here in Dindikar to meet my wife Rukmini, who became very upset that I'm always remembering Radharani. I'm always remembering Srimati Radharani. So eventually he comes on the request of Lord Brahma to Kailash, because they are getting ready for the next Leela, the Kali Yuga Leela. So that time Brahma says, my dear Lord, what is your plan? Because my son Kali has already gone with great enthusiasm that he is going to spread. So Lord Krishna says, all my wives have been sent back to Vaikuntha planetary systems, except Rukmini and Satyabhama. And we too will continue, myself and Rukmini will continue the pastimes as Vittu and Rakmai, Vitthal and Rakmai. And in the Kali Yuga, we will be the Lord of the people, protective. So Vitthal stands like that, Kamarevar hat theun, Karakatavari theuni. So his hands are on this. So it means, it says that you will not be drowning in the Bhavasagar. The Bhavasagar will be only up to your waist. And that is the meaning of that. So from there on, then Vitthal and Rakmai, they start. Rakmai, of course, is very, very upset. She does not come back. And then at some point of time, Radha and Rukmini, they say face to face. So Rukmini has a complaint. She says that forever the Lord is thinking about you. He says, doesn't matter. I will do in such a way that I will not be present anymore. So there they've given a small twist that Srimati Radharani's one amsha becomes the sand of Chandrabhaga. So we sing that song, no, Subal, Raisa Vallabha.
Yes, Prabhu.
That Rai is Radha.
Oh, okay.
And Krishna is her Vallabha. So she gets into the Valvanta of Valavanti Kheduya Bolke ek aata hai na, Abhang. When we are going to Chandrabhaga, so
Yeah.
she is there. That is the reason the moment you step in that Valvanta or the sand, sorry, I should use the word sand because everybody may not know Marathi over here. So that sand mein jaise pair dalte, the devotional service comes to you because it is Radha's energy is surcharged over there. So that's the reason when people go there, they go like, heavy kirtan in those areas. Like Moksha Pradayani becomes Prem Pradayani. Papa Nashini, that is Ganga. Ganga is called the Papa Nashini, but in Mayapur she's called Prema Pradayani because at that is a place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took bath in her waters. And since Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Namo Mahavadanyaya, that's all. So this entire thing actually works out in a way where you see that the very goal of Krishna conscious movement is to take us back home, back to Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Sumati Mataji, you had some question, right?
I think half of it is answered. Prabhuji, I was just thinking that when Krishna came, why just after when Krishna went back, this all is happening? Because Krishna came for Dharma Sthapana.
Yeah. Krishna also came for Dharma Sthapana. So he did the Dharma Sthapana and the Dharma was there till Parikshit Maharaj was there. But then you have to understand that everything that comes into being has to be annihilated. Right? So, which is the fourth yuga? Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga means it is the yuga of vices. So even after Dharma Samstapana Arthaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge, in Garga Samhita, it is shown that an amsh of Kali is entering the body of Duryodhan. An amsh of Kali enters the body of Duryodhan, and the kind of instructions that Duryodhan gives to his younger brother, that his dasi ko vastrahin kar do, ek devar ka bhabhi ke aanchal par haath dalna, means a younger brother trying to disrobe the elder brother's wife publicly. So already the Kali was there. Shakuni's Kapti views, Dhritarashtra is blind, unlike Raja Bharat or Shantanu, who put the righteous people on the throne. Here it was not ready. So the avarana of Kali was there already. And that could be seen in the activities of Mahabharata. Lakshagraha karna, zahar de dena, so many atrocities, so many political things. So it was there. And as soon as Krishna left, he left Grantaraj Bhagavatam as his literary form. For those devotees who wanted to go back to Godhead, could avail this. And for those who felt that politics and sense enjoyment is their way of life, they left it around. Because Kali Yuga slowly has to ensure that this entire Srishti gets demolished. So Kali Yuga is that part, Mataji, where your actual righteousness also gets demolished and everything. So Krishna Dharma Sthapana kiya and Kali came into power, and this was because unless you don't finish the earth and finish everything, the new Satya will not start.
Correct. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah. So it has to happen. Yeah.
Like sometimes people feel so bad that, though this is not a point to discuss, but like, the different religions are coming up and we are going down. But that's what Bhagavatam says, that eventually we will be left with only Char Dham. So it has to happen. Otherwise, Bhagavatam will become loose. Everybody will become Malech and Yavan. So that's how it is.
And Prabhuji, in one chapter, I don't know which chapter, it was saying that when Yudhishthira Maharaj was the king, he was ruling all over the world.
Yeah.
So, and in that chapter, I don't remember, but they were all different people like Yaman and some other names were there.
Yeah.
So it is in first canto or in second canto?
It's in the first canto only. It's in the first canto, chapter number 7 or chapter 8 is there, where he says that what were his prowess. This is Kunti is telling that. Under your mercy, my sons ruled the earth, and there was no deficiency of anything. The rains came at the right time. The rivers were full of minerals. The mountains were full of minerals. Rivers were full of fresh water. The land was very fertile, and nobody went hungry because the devotee was ruling and he was pure Krishna conscious. So that's how it works. So he ruled for 38 years, Mataji, before handing over to Parikshit.
Yeah, Prabhuji, I wanted to tell to someone like this world was ruled by Yudhishthira like this. So I want to show that chapter to that person.
The world was completely ruled by Yudhishthira Maharaj when the Rajasuya Yajna was done.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Anybody else?
Sushil Prabhu.
Prabhu,
Or, yes, Sushil.
one request that this presentation you must send us in PDF form so that because it's very
Definitely.
informative.
Definitely, I'm going to do that, dear.
Secondly, Prabhu, this Nar and Narayan, these are two personalities.
Yeah. Nar is Arjun and Narayan is Krishna.
And बद्रिका आश्रम में सिर्फ नारायण ही है, नर तो नहीं है ना.
मैंने नर है ना, नीचे बैठा हुआ है ना. तो बद्रिका आश्रम में नारायण is sitting here and Nar is sitting here.
अच्छा.
बोथ आर देयर. उनके पैरों के पास उद्धव जी हैं, नर है, लक्ष्मी जी है, and there is one more person. 4 personalities are there, dear. Definitely Nar is there. और नर नारायण का तो hills भी है. You can see both the hills also. They are opposite to each other. When you go to the inner sanctum of Shri Badrika Ashram, so there is a early morning Abhishek happening. 4,200 rupees per person ka ticket hai. Children below 12 are free to attend. I would request that next time when you go, you take that particular ticket. It starts at 4 in the morning, 4 to 6:15. And they do a complete Abhishek of the Lord and also that time aapko, and you are sitting within 3 meters, Prabhu, of the deities inside. So उस टाइम पर आपको सब नजर आएगा, प्रभु. They will show you everything.
And lastly, Prabhu, the present place Badrinath, is it the same Badrika Ashram?
Yeah, same Badrika Ashram. That is the place where the Lord went to sleep in Satyug. After fighting with Murari for 1,000 celestial years, he got tired. So he said that, okay, let me trick this guy. So Lord Krishna ran as if he was afraid. So when he was running, Moor naam ka jo demon tha, he felt that, okay, I have it. I can kill this guy. So Mahalakshmi came there. There is a Badri tree. Badri is the name of a tree. So under the tree, she put a nice bedding for the Lord. So the Lord came and he went to sleep over there. So that's what happens over there. Ekadashi ka mahatmya story hai. So Badrika Ashram में भगवान सोते हैं, रामेश्वरम में आके नहाते हैं, जगन्नाथपुरी में खाते हैं और द्वारका में विहार करते हैं. So that's the reason the Char Dham is there. So the Lord every day, when he's sleeping, gets up from Badrika Ashram, goes to Rameshwaram for bath. For food, he comes to Jagannath-puri, and for enjoyment with his family members, he is in Dwarka. That's how it goes, Prabhu. So, वो same Badrika Ashram है जो आप जाते हैं जब गए हैं, where Nar Narayan Rishi stays from Satyug.
And it is now called Badrinath.
Yeah, Badrinath.
Thank
Master of Badri tree. Yes, Nehal Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Pranam Mataji.
Prabhuji, I wanted to know that Rajshuya Yagya was done 2 times by Yudhishthira Maharaj or only once?
First time it was done when Hastinapur and Khandavprasth was converted into Indraprasth. And then
Okay.
second time it was done after the war of Kurukshetra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, Subal Prabhu.
Prabhu, thank you so much. Wonderful. Acha hua summarization.
Prabhu, I'll send you the presentation also. Prabhu.
Yeah, please. Yes, sure.
And 2 things we have to speak about. One is Vidur going to Pitraloka.
And the Hamsa Avatar.
Yeah.
Sure. Anybody has any other question? Today,
Prabhuji, you said good quality of Kali. So
Yeah.
means if you take the name of Hari, so means the easy way of reaching to God, that is a good
Absolutely, Prabhu. See, Krite Dhyaito Vishnu. In Satyuga, you will live for 100,000 years. And in 100,000 years, you are 40,000-50,000 years, you are only telling Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yeah, 60,000 years. Treta Nam Yajato Makai. In the Treta Yuga, what you are doing? You are doing big yagyas. Like Ashwamedha Yagya, Putra Kameshti Yagya, this Yagya, that Yagya. So many yagyas are being done. So what happens in that? You live for 10,000 years. You live for 10,000 years. And in that, you are doing so many things. Then, Daupare Paricharyayam. Big temples were made, and
Okay.
Aarti was there. But now you don't have age, you don't have the expertise, you don't have money for doing a temple worship, for doing the yajna, and for sitting and doing dhyana. Kalautat Hari Kirtana. By just doing a Sankirtan, so many devotees, they're waiting for from Vaikuntha to come down in Kali Yuga so that they can chant the names of Hari, glorify Hari, and go back to Lord. So this is actually buy one, get 10 free.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Great. Prabhu, thank you so much. Very wonderful class. I will speak to you about your availability. And whenever you get time, you can send the PDF file.
What I will do is, I'll just show you my temple today. I have a darshan.
Fantastic.
I'm just connecting it through my mobile.
Sure.
So yeah, we can-
Recording in progress.
Hare Krishna, Subal Prabhuji. Next week we are chanting Bhagavad Gita.
Yes, Mataji. So we will have a Gita chanting session starting from 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Expected to go for around 3.5 hours approximately.
Thank you, Prabhu.
I have put that message in the group. Okay, Hare Krishna.
This is Giriraj.
Hare Krishna.
This is the Shaligram.
Hare Krishna.
This is Sudarshan Chakra. Marahadev. This is 6 Shaligrams inside. This is Gopal Shaligram. These are the Chinna of the Lord. Hal, Lotus, Gada, and Kalash. Shank is here, and Chakra is here.
Radhapada Pankaj Prabhu, looks like you are on mute in case you are speaking.
Yeah. Can you just switch on my video? You cannot because it has the host has stopped.
Oh, sorry. Please. Yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed the darshan of the Lord. आज सुबह ही complete किया सब सेवा.
Yes,
Yeah,
Prabhuji.
Yes,
beautiful.
Prabhu.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
So there are
प्रभु आपके पीछे किसका चित्र लगा हुआ है?
वो मेरे गुरु महाराज है, भक्ति विकास महाराज है, और ऊपर शिला प्रभुपाद है.
अच्छा.
So I normally sit and give lectures from here only nowadays. Better to be under the lotus feet of Guru and talk. So there are, you see, there are 2 temples now in my house. One is Vaikuntha, one is Goloka. So Vaikuntha planetary system we will be discussing in 2nd chapter. It will come. So we'll have a good time together. Hare Krishna. Subal, anything else, dear?
No, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Many thanks. Wonderful class. And
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
कम से कम
Always a pleasure.
कम से कम सुशील प्रभु की इच्छा पूरी करने के लिए keep coming regularly.
No, we will work out, Prabhu, because Saturdays, this time is suitable for me. Because by 11:30 I become free, then I have the whole of activities. I had a yagya today, I shifted it to tomorrow.
Okay. Okay.
That is, and from today onward, Dhanurmas is starting. So enhance your reading as much as possible.